Welcome back, everyone, to the program. And now here are some of your stories in brief. We begin with the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, who has inaugurated the new board of the National Social Insurance Trust Fund. He says the 2-year delay in the inauguration of the board is as a result of massive looting in the organisation between 2012 and 2015. He's asking the new board chaired by Mr. Austin Enejomo-Isire to resist the temptation of fixing special allowances for themselves and that they should execute their duties fairly and transparently. Elsewhere, the Federal High Court in Ilorin has granted bail to the 4 government house officials accused of money laundering. Each of the accused persons is expected to submit his international passport to the court registrar after they have been granted bail in the sum of 5 million naira. Well, let's take you to Kano State, where Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of the state has defended the creation of the 4 new emirates, explaining that it is in line with plans to bring government closer to the people. The governor, who officially confirmed and presented the 4 additional first-class emirs of Kano State to the public on Saturday, says they will superintend over Bichi, Gaya, Rano and Karaye kingdoms. The former president of Senate, Senator David Mark, who currently represents Benue South Senatorial District, has announced he will be stepping aside from active politics effective June this year to focus on peace building, having spent 20 years in the state in the Senate as the longest-serving senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senator Mark made this known while speaking to journalists at St. Augustine's Parish, Otukpo, after a Thanksgiving service mass as part of a week-long activity to thank the people of his zone for standing by him throughout the 6 different elections which he won, including the 2016 rerun election.
Everywhere I went, I said I would like to be the ambassador of peace in the local governments that make up this senatorial district. I want to be the ambassador of peace in Benue State, and I want to be the ambassador of peace in Nigeria. And I think 71 years is not too young. I think I was listening to the drum that was beating for me as the senator, and the sound of the drum is getting weaker and weaker and lesser. And I thought it was time for me to step aside as a senator.
Well, David Mark's former deputy too has made a statement about his political future. The Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu, has announced that he will not be seeking re-election come 2023. Senator Ekweremadu said this while addressing his supporters and well-wishers during his 57th birthday anniversary in Enugu State. The senator, who is currently serving his 5th term as a senator and his 3rd term as Deputy Senate President, said he is also committing to support anyone who will be taking over from him.
My dear brothers and sisters, you must admit that no matter how melodious a song may be, it will definitely have an end. Therefore, as I thank you for these 16 memorable and splendid years as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as I thank you, my distinguished colleagues, for honoring me as the Deputy President of the Senate for 3 consecutive times, as we record the accomplishments of the projects of my representation in the last 16 years, as I acknowledge their kindness in keeping me in the Senate for these 16 years, and as I prepare to further represent you by your mandate for the next 4 years, let me seek your understanding and indulgence to now announce here that this will be my last time as your senator.
Well, let's take you to Imo, where a faction of the All Progressives Grand Alliance in Imo State and some members of the APGA Board of Trustees have passed a vote of no confidence on the national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Victor Oye, ahead of the National Congress of the party later this month. Addressing journalists in Owerri, the state capital, the APGA members faulted the leadership style of Mr. Victor Oye, as they claim that since his emergence as chairman, the party has failed to uphold internal democracy and due process. The group dissociated itself from the A working committee reported suspension of the APGA chairman in Imo State, describing it as illegal. They, however, insist that Peter Ezobi remains the chairman in the state and called on the national chairman, Mr. Oye, to rescind his decision of contesting for the national chairmanship in the forthcoming National Congress.
If you are conversant with the Constitution of APGA, Article 19.4 states that for any election to be held, that it must be ratified by NEC. And since 2016, he is yet to organize a NEC meeting. Now, he also knows that across the regions, from the south-south to the southeast to the southwest to the north, several communiques have been issued from the leaders, from the BOT members, from the state chairman, that Oye must not come back. Now, all he's trying to do now is to see how he can return himself from the back door. And we are saying in Imo State here, we're telling him that we do not want Oye again. We are passing a vote of no confidence on him, and that Oye and his cohorts should forget about being members of the National Working Committee of APGA henceforth.
We'll see what happens in the National Congress of the party later this month. But the Oyo State Governor-elect, Mr. Seyi Makinde, says the incoming administration will rest on 4 major pillars aimed at delivering good governance to the people and also meet their yearnings and aspirations. Mr. Makinde, who was speaking at a reception which held for him by the Movement for Positive Change in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, listed the 4 areas as economy, education, health, and security.
I believe this incoming administration is going to rest on 4 major pillars. One is the economy, because we promised to take a lot of people out of poverty. So we have to focus on the economy so we'll be able to do that. Second is education. Third is health. And finally, will be security. Those are the 4 pillars. And while I was listening to the presenter on our health situation, there's something I have been debating, and I think to the health practitioners here, I'll throw it open. You can debate it, and you guys can come up with a solution that we can adopt.
Well, you have been served on Lunchtime today. We'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget you can join the discussion on our social media platforms at Channels TV, at CTV Politics, #LTP Lunchtime Politics. I'm Millicent Walker. I'll see you soon.